Hello, everyone. I'm Jake Magruder, and welcome to the first episode of Podcast Forever. On my left is the guy that's bummed out because he didn't get to say his name, Spencer
It'd be your
Magruder.
right, by the way.
On my right, your
Your
left, is Spencer Magruder, who's bummed out because he didn't get to say his name.
I mean, it's my own name. I can't even say that.
And we are going to bring you the news today on things we think are awesome. That would include movies, video games, you name it. We have it. And so, we're going to start out with video games of the new. Video game news of the week.
In the nude.
We're not going to get nude.
Okay.
Spencer, I'm a fan of World of Warcraft. And so,
I've known in the past.
Blizzard has announced patch 6.1 for World of Warcraft, which is up live right now on public test realms. And these will include selfie cameras. Now, when you get awarded with a selfie camera, this happens when you complete the field photography mission, which is a level 100 garrison mission that requires players to photograph all they can in Nagrin. Now, I know this is all very, very foreign to you.
I stayed up until
Spencer.
about Nagrin. That's when I lost you.
Spencer does not play World of Warcraft. The camera boost adds 3 filters, because like Instagram when you take selfies. This is the sketch filter,
Okay.
the black and white filter, and my favorite, the death filter.
The what?
The death filter. I don't know.
Do you know what it does?
I don't know.
I mean, if the name says it has to do with death, but
Yep. So,
correct
is
me
this going to get you to play World of Warcraft?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it in World of Warcraft when you die, like an angel comes down and like puts? Could it be that whenever you take a selfie, the angel is like
Maybe.
put behind you?
That would make sense. I
in
didn't
a
think about
creepy,
that.
like slender fashion, where
I
it's
didn't
like
think about
off
that.
in the distance.
Probably true. So, is this going to make you play World of Warcraft?
No, not in the slightest. Not the selfie cam. Everything else might, but I'm saying not the selfie cam. And it's an acronym. So does that stand for something?
I don't know. I'm not informed that much. Next. Point-and-click survival horror game Five Nights at Freddy's 3
Oh.
has surfaced on Steam Greenlight. That's when, it's almost ready to play.
Yeah.
Along with a brief description. This is going to give you a little example
Okay.
of what it's
I'm
gonna be.
excited because I saw the
Quote.
trailer this week.
Quote, the owners of Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, are determined to revive the legend and make the experience as authentic as possible for patrons, reads the Greenlight description. Quote, going to great lengths to find anything that might have survived decades of neglect and ruin, end quote. Quote, at first, there were only empty shells, a hand, a hook, an old paper plate doll. But then a remarkable discovery was made. The attraction now has one animatronic.
Anima. Oh, that sounds
You
nice.
believe that we are going to play that
Oh,
and post
man.
it right here
See-
on our new YouTube channel, Magruder Square.
See, here's the thing. Is
We're going to play that.
I saw the trailer this week, and it looks... and they said it's going to be a horror attraction rather than just the jump scare. So they're trying to make you scared.
Probably none of you know this unless you know Spencer personally, but Spencer is a chicken.
Terrible.
Like chicken was.
Big.
And so that is going to be very interesting.
I
and you
tried...
playing that.
I attempted to play Slender once. When the drums started beating, I threw the controller down and ran away.
You better believe we're recording
Oh,
that.
man. Dude, it looks so terrifying. When
So good. All right. Next. This is the one I've been warning you about.
Oh, he's
Mortal Kombat
top
X.
secret information. Oh, okay.
Is coming out in April, and character releases are coming in fast. I'm telling you, since I've typed that, they've announced 2 new characters.
Seriously?
Yeah. And look who has joined the party. I've got a video for you.
Oh, it's the Fantastic Four.
Let us look at this. We know this guy good. We're a fan of him.
I have no quarrel with you.
Oh, it's Reptile.
I now have a quarrel
Oh, he looks so nice. Oh, I love the background.
I know, man.
Did he spit acid in the
Yep.
old games?
Yeah. Right to the face.
Oh man, I love that background. That's not what I should be focusing on, but invisibility.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh. And he gets up from that.
Oh. Right in the face. Booyah.
Man.
So, as we know, that's our good friend Reptile.
Can I say the nostalgic for me is my first real dubstep song was Skrillex's theme for Reptile. So that's why I became so connected with
Me
him.
and my friend Tanner played Mortal Kombat 4 on the N64, and he was a cool guy. Many moves have returned for our friend Reptile, and also the first ever fatality.
Really? Like
Yeah.
the same. Oh, that's so cool.
So, we'll look forward to that.
Oh man.
You probably won't play that game.
Probably not, but
Since there's no Mortal Kombat fan. A new mythical Pokemon has been announced
no.
via Japanese-owned magazine Koro Koro on January 15th, 2015. Likely be released through a Wi-Fi event to Pokemon X and Y and maybe Ruby, Omega Ruby and Sapphire. In addition, Hoopa, which is the Pokemon, is going to get his/her own movie. That's what Hoopa's going to look like.
Oh, is she or he? Both.
I don't even think there's a gender. Do you say gender on it?
More than likely, if that's the case, it's a legendary. Yeah. Is it a... Because I know for a fact when they released the Xerneas and Yveltal movie for the TV show that it's going to be Diancie, because Diancie was everywhere for a while, that they're going to use her, if you would say, as the other important... Like Victini was in the...
Black and White?
Black and White movie with Reshiram and Zekrom. But I don't know. Are they going to play a part in the Yveltal and Xerneas movie? Are they going to get their own movie?
The movie is going to be called Pokemon and the Ring Genie Hoopa.
What if... Okay, if Diancie gets the Xerneas and Yveltal movie, could they bring Zygarde in for his... Because, Kyurem got his own movie.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. Hoopa.
Okay, moving over to the iPad.
Did you say it was a psychic type?
I think so.
Oh, that's nice.
Moving over to the iPad. Sad news.
Oh.
Sony's ending support for many Vita apps, including Maps, Near, and YouTube. So that means probably Vita is coming to a close.
Really?
Vita has not been doing well in the sales. Only really hardcore PlayStation fans have been buying Vitas, and it's kind of sad because they announced. I don't know if you heard this. When they released the Slim Vita, they sold out and they didn't restock.
Really?
Another Sony news. Sony confirmed that Spotify is partnering to come to consoles and phones spring of 2015.
I'd actually heard that from you, actually.
From me.
So that's pretty cool. Having if they bring on classic and
Do you remember
soundtracks?
Oh man, what was it called? The Music Unlimited?
Which one was that?
The PS4 music app.
Maybe if I saw it. I'm a kind of.
It's gonna
visual
replace
person.
that.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like the official music app. The Nintendo's Creators Program, a service where Nintendo gives users part of the advertising proceeds it receives from YouTube for Nintendo-related videos, is now available in beta. And that is smart because Smash Brothers, which we will do a video of sooner or later.
Yeah. Eventually.
On our new show, new channel, Magruder Squared. And
If you didn't understand his whispering, he said Magruder Squared.
subscribe. So, I mean, that's a good guy.
I don't understand what it means. What does it say?
What they're gonna do is they're gonna take the money they get from advertisement from YouTube, and anybody who's signed up for this program, they're gonna kind of divvy it out among them. So you
What's
get
the
paid
program for?
to promote Nintendo.
Okay. For channels?
Yeah, but you have to be a part of the program. You don't. Not everybody just gets the money. You have to be a part of the program.
Okay.
So, good guy Nintendo.
Yeah.
Next, Evolve Hunter's Quest, the official companion app for the 4v1 shooter Evolve,
Yeah.
launched passed. January 29th for free on select iOS, Windows, Android, and Amazon Fire devices.
So, like, comparative...
It's like a spin-off.
Okay. Comparative to other companion apps.
It's not like Destiny where you can control your character.
But I'm saying,
it's like
like,
a whole other game.
Is it Assassin's Creed Unity companion app where it's a map of the area, so you can just, like, kind of have a map?
I think it's like a whole other game. Like, it's a spin-off title.
Okay, so it's...
on the phone.
Me, personally, I prefer the companion apps that have interaction.
Like Destiny.
Well, Destiny is the best one thus far for me, companion app-wise. But theirs is you can even, like... If you're out away from your system and you say, hey, I want to switch guns, but I'm nowhere near, I can do it from the app. That's nice. And Assassin's Creed, you can use the map and interact with different environments.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a feature, maybe.
Possibly. I mean...
Or maybe there'll be a whole other app.
I don't know.
I think they meant companion app by, like, it runs alongside the games. Warner Brothers and TT Games, Telltale, have officially unveiled Lego Jurassic Park for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Vita, Wii U, 3DS, and PC. So it's going to be, they said it's going to be like the original Lego Star Wars games, where you play missions that take place
in the movie?
in the movies.
Is this new 3DS or old 3DS? Or both?
Probably both. Probably both.
I'm waiting for the moment when they start pulling out a PS3, because
Soon.
it'll be soon.
Arkham Knight's not getting a PS3. Warner Brothers and Telltale Games have also officially announced Lego Marvel Avengers. It's going to be a tie-in to the first Avengers and Age of Ultron.
Does it have the rest of the MCU in it?
I don't know.
So,
it
Thor,
may just be...
Cap.
Yeah, I know.
Iron Man.
I've heard of these.
I'm saying it for their sake of mind, right?
Maybe. I don't know. There's, like, these just got announced. It was very vague. Okay.
It's in progress. That's the best thing we can say.
Yeah, launch date, I think it's at fall 2015, so even though that's not, seems like a faraway date for Lego game, you know.
I mean, we never say there's a bad Lego game, really.
Concept art for DICE's new Battlefront game has officially dropped.
Oh, this is what I've been waiting for all my life.
So we can see two rebels
Yeah.
and hiding behind, and we can see a stormtrooper, ATS.
Dude, is that the new design for the Stormtrooper or the old design for the Stormtrooper?
Probably old.
It looks like the old design, okay.
But
The ATST.
that means we're probably...
And this right here, if you look at it, is a speeder crashing into the leg of the walker. That's pretty nice.
Sadly, this is the only thing we got.
It's better than what we've got in the last 2 years?
2 years.
3 years, maybe?
They said that game is supposed to come out later this year, but I don't think so. I think we're gonna get 2016. But we have this to look at and oogle at.
Oogle.
It's very pretty.
It's
pretty.
No, those flames are enough to oogle at for me.
Oogle's a weird word. Speaking with an unnamed Activision Blizzard insider, a Yahoo Finance contributor learned that the new Hearthstone expansion, Hearthstone the card game,
Played a little bit.
is expected to launch in April.
Did they say what it would be over?
They said it would focus mostly on PvE.
No, I mean, like, is it bringing anything new?
Probably new characters, new layout, but they didn't say specifically. This was like a league. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to come out.
With the new... I don't remember what the game you told me about.
Warlords of Draenor, the new expansion for World of
No,
Warcraft.
not that one. The new game that Blizzard is... Thank you. The new game Blizzard is putting out that has...
Here's of the Storm.
Do you ever see characters from those universes coming into Hearthstone?
Maybe there'll be like another whole different card game.
It'd be good DLC, I'm just saying.
You know who's a card in that? Leroy
Yeah.
Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins. Some advisor, not some, same advisor,
Same.
claimed that the next StarCraft 2 expansion could release as soon as later this year. StarCraft 2. I don't play StarCraft.
Never have once played
But-
it. Never have once seen it.
You've never seen StarCraft?
It's over the top,
over
right?
The top.
Oh.
Yeah, strat. You like strategy games.
Some I mean, like Fire Emblem. Oh, guilty pleasure of mine.
Why is that a guilty pleasure?
I don't know. That's the only word I could think of. But no, I'm not a big fan of the other majority over the top games. But
I think
there are
I
some.
may start playing StarCraft 2. If I ever get the chance. where there weren't as many. I mean, there was a few video game news, but there was even more
Movie?
comic book TV show.
Comic. Oh, okay.
So we're just gonna jump right in.
Jumping in.
So first, according to Latino Review, Warner Brothers is waiting on Carl Urban. Now you know him from Star Trek. He plays Bones in Star Trek.
Okay,
movies.
yeah.
To finish production on Star Trek 3 so he can move on to play an unspecified role, possibly a villain, in the 2018 Aquaman movie. Urban has a good work relationship with the studio, starring in Almost Human, remember the TV show?
Yes.
And almost being cast as Batman. Ben Affleck, yeah.
He was?
He did
Bones was going to be Batman.
He's a cool guy.
I mean, let's be honest. If he's going to be...
Didn't he play the dude Red?
Yes, he did. I forgot about that. I mean, if he can pull that off, I don't see why you can't be Batman.
They fought in the comic books one time.
Yeah, they did. On that note, if he's an Aquaman villain, I mean, let's be honest. Who are they possibly going to pull out?
Black Manta.
It's Black Manta. I mean, if he's going to play a villain, he'll play Black Manta. Because, I mean, out of all the Aquaman villains, that's the one I feel like everybody knows the best.
I didn't put it out, but they announced this week that Aquaman's not going to be blonde in the movie.
Out of everything I had for Aquaman. Actually, to be honest, that's what I would have preferred, is that he be blonde. Because,
I just want Killer Sharks.
Oh, Killer Sharks. I'll take brown hair over.
Spencer, this next one's a big one.
Okay, here we go.
So
I have seen none of this.
Netflix is I don't know if you know the slate. It's releasing with the MCU alongside. It's going to release Daredevil, aka Jessica Jones, Luke Cage's wife.
Is that what it's called? AKA?
Also known as Jeffrey.
Okay.
Luke Cage, Power Man.
Yes.
And Iron Fist, and then they're gonna have a Defenders miniseries.
I think that would be.
So they're all gonna get their own little miniseries, and then they're joining up.
And it's tied into the.
It's in.
MCU?
It's like what they said. It's basically taking the MCU to the streets instead of like large scale. Like Daredevil's gonna be taking down petty crime stuff like that.
Okay.
So, in AKA Jessica Jones, this is a big one.
Yeah.
Former Doctor Who star David Tennant has joined Marvel's Netflix series, aka Jessica Jones, as the villain Zebediah Killgrave, who calls himself the Purple Man.
The Purple Man!
Official description of the series from Marvel after a tragic ending of her short-lived superhero stint. Jessica Jones is rebuilding her personal life and career as a detective who gets pulled into cases involving people with extraordinary abilities in New York City. An enigmatic figure from Jessica's past, Killgrave's reappearance will send shockwaves through the former superhero's world. The 13-episode series will premiere on Netflix later in 2015.
So they're doing kind of the same Agent Carter feel of it's like a mini-series, right?
Yeah, 13 parts. But that's with everything.
Yeah.
Daredevil's getting 13 parts. Jessica Jones is getting... they're also doing one based off of comic books. It's going to be specifically for PlayStation Plus. Really? It'll get released later. It's called Powers. And it's the same thing. It's kind of like they're lawyers who are superheroes, and they work on only superhero cases.
I don't know how much you know about Purple Man.
I really don't.
I was
hoping you would.
I actually know a lot. Yes, because I watched the TV show Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is probably one of my favorite animated shows of all time. Yeah. Is in that show. Actually, the guy that played Data in the original not the original Star Trek, but in Next Generation, plays the Purple Man. And what happens is the Purple Man in the comics and this one, he's actually purple. He looks like he's made of like rock, some kind of like purple lapras, I guess you could say. And what happens is if he's in vicinity with people, he can make them do his will. I think it's some kind of like you have to smell or the air around him like changes. So like the way Iron Man could break it in the past was he could like filter the air in the room, and he would like be able to uncontrol himself. So yeah, he's makes people do what he wants them to. So
I like David Tennant.
Oh, I love David. I mean, David Tennant can really do no wrong in my mind. So
still haven't got a trailer for that Daredevil show.
No,
I really like Daredevil.
You said they're doing the whole bandana over the eyes scenario, or the actual
Man Without Fear? Yes, they are.
Okay,
you should read that comic.
I'm gonna work on it. I still got to read Civil War.
Producer Andrew Kreisberg, forgive me if I'm wrong, this one's for you, has confirmed that Arrow's Felicity Smoke and Ray Palmer will guest star on an episode 18 of The Flash.
You know what that means?
They're coming back.
You know what that means?
Probably Adam.
The Atom. Or he could probably be getting technology from
The whole Flash.
this. Oh, about turned.
If you would have.
That would have been bad. That would have been.
That would have been a bummer.
We probably would have pasted it together anyways. That would have been funny. No, but they'll probably be getting either parts from Star Labs or he might be the Atom. I mean, I think they're going to save that for the end of the series finale.
I really hope that. Oh, Adam's definitely getting his own spin-off show.
I
announced
heard
last
about that. I heard about that.
Next. Fox, FOX, the show that they do Gotham.
Yes, the TV network.
Yes, has
Okay.
confirmed to TV Guide that negotiations are underway to develop an X-Men series. Due to copyright infringement, an X-Men show most likely could not be ready before the 2016-2017 TV season. It's going to my dream would be the X-Force. You know X-Force?
Such as Scott and Jean and
No, that's the X-Men.
X-Force.
X-Force is like the younger crowd. It's like the X-23s are part of it.
Yeah.
Just kind of the lesser.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
do you
cool.
think? I mean,
Cable in the X-Force.
could they really bring in?
It's gonna be set in the same universe too.
Could they really bring in? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, like for a guest appearance, because I mean, we've already know he likes doing it.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, he's done it for what? 10 years, 20 years now.
not 20 years.
We're
It
getting
was
close.
99 in there now.
I mean, what? 5 years? No, something like that. We're getting close. 4 years and
4 years.
Be 20 years. He's been doing it.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's so good at
The
it.
best. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, very much.
X-Men. I feel like X-Men doesn't get enough credit.
I think a TV
I
show
really
would-
like X-Men.
I think if they can, I don't know.
The thing is that you can't. Like comic book TV shows are really hard to get right. You know.
I mean, they did it in the 90s with the X-Men TV show.
Yeah, but that was animated and they were all cool.
It was so good.
In an interview with Amy Adams, she has stated that Lois Lane and Bruce Wayne only have one scene together. She also stated that his performance, saying, quote, "I didn't get to see much, but what I did see was fantastic." We're hoping that you do a good job, Batfleck, because it's going to be really disappointing if you don't. I'm just going to say, if you mess this up, I'll never forgive you.
No.
This is...
But let's be honest. Even so, Superman and Batman in one movie.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I that didn't really mean a whole lot to me. I didn't think that Lois and Bruce have a connection.
Sorry, the table.
It's alright. It's not the big deal. As long as they just write it well and don't cram everybody in there like they did with Spider-Man 3. This is sad.
Okay, sad.
Stop reading it.
No, I'm not reading. It's just the screen is bright and it distracts me.
The Gremlins reboot is apparently not going so well.
Not? Ooh.
Screenwriter, or should I say, ex-screenwriter, Seth Grahame-Smith said, "I think we just ran out of steam on the topic of the movie's production." But there is a bright side. He later tweeted out after the story broke, quote, "To clarify, I'm no longer a part of Gremlins and haven't been for almost a year. I have no idea what's going on with it." End quote.
Is that good or bad?
It gives me hope.
I mean, you're the Gremlin fan.
I
Big
really,
fan.
I just want them. Just don't break my heart. Just either do it and get it done with, and it be bad or good. I mean, honestly, just like at this point, I just
Please,
it's like the Ghostbusters,
for my sake, don't.
which we'll get to in just a second. Ghostbusters news.
For my sake, please don't break his heart. Please don't get him wet, and please don't feed him after 12 o'clock.
Solid Gremlins quote.
I know, that was good,
reference.
right? I see. I got
Yeah.
some. Up my sleeve.
Oscar-nominated writer-director Chris Weitz, some German, who was a part of the movie About a Boy. Have you heard about that one?
No.
The one that filmed for 12 years.
No.
And The Golden Compass. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, I remember
With the big
that.
polar bear? Has come aboard
Never saw it,
to
but I
take
remember.
over on the writing duties of the Lucasfilm standalone Star Wars movie directed by Godzilla's Gareth Edwards.
Which standalone movie is this?
They haven't announced them. They're probably...
Oh, is it multiple standalone movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like one of them is going to be directed by the guy who directed Godzilla.
Is that the one that are possibly like Han Solo, Boba Fett? Oh, yeah. I'm good.
He has scripted the Chris Weitz. He scripted Ants.
That's the one with.
Yep, the Ants.
Yeah.
Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. So, track
that
record's
one.
really good. Directed Twilight Saga: New Moon, and produced American Pie.
Oh,
So,
You don't got a lot under your belt there, do you, buddy?
please.
Ants was like a Bugs ripoff.
Yeah.
That
But
was,
it was
a
okay.
bad bug. Not bad, like, but just like not.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't appreciate it.
I just want them to do what they did with the Marvel movies on the Phase 3 and announce them all. You know what I'm saying? Like in one press conference.
Maybe they can take a page out of their book and name it like Boba Fett and the Serpent Society, and then at the last minute just change it to whatever
To Civil War.
to Civil War, whatever they want to call it.
Deadline reports that Disney is considering Chris Pratt to play Indiana Jones in the reboot, estimated to be releasing in the 2018-2019 timeframe. This is awesome.
I know.
Chris Pratt is perfect. In Guardians, he played the perfect Han Solo-esque character, and at the beginning of Guardians, when he took the orb, it was just like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It did. Now that I think about it, it really did. I found out about this last night. I stayed up uber late playing Destiny last night, and
love
I
this.
turned on the TV, and they had one of those late night, just kind of like chat fests, and they
Like we're having.
kind of yes, similar.
Subscribe to him.
They so they found Chris Pratt at the airport, and by the way, he is such a nice guy. Like, you know how those people when they get ambushed by paparazzi, they're kind of like, back off, I don't want to be talked to right now, so on and so forth. Yeah. He was like, hey guys, what's up, blah 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 blah. So they said, can you tell us anything about you being Indiana Jones? And he said, I really don't know where I'm at right now. Like, not talking about the actual place, but talking about in
Can you tell me where?
the film career. He said, I really don't know what we're going to do. He said, but he was super nice about it. Not like he wasn't trying to like be mean and say, I can't
I'm
talk.
just saying, confirmed or not, perfect choice.
Oh, yeah.
Or John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Hashtag John Hamm for Indiana Jones 2019.
I need to, I don't
Mad
know.
Men, John Hamm, went to Mizzou.
Oh, faces. I'll have to look him
You'll
up.
look him up. Executive producer of The Flash has confirmed that the Rogues will be returning soon. Not this season, but possibly season
The
2.
Rogues?
Rogues.
Which Rogues are those?
Captain Cold.
Oh, the
Heatwave.
Rogue. Oh, they're not keeping them in? Like,
I mean, he said they're coming back. He said
'Cause
not soon.
they introduced Captain Cold's sister in the last episode. Well,
What's her name?
Introduced. Well, what's his name?
Captain Cold.
No, it's his actual name.
No, I'm saying she's some character.
She
I
can-
don't know.
Like, where he can freeze things, she can dehydrate things, which
Yeah.
is a great superpower, by the way. I'm
You're
being,
the Flash fan.
being super sarcastic here. Cold, so much cooler than dehydration.
Captain Cold's awesome.
Oh, yeah. He's the only villain thus far that has had no... Well, that's not true. They just released a guy that had sound manipulation
was cool.
powers. But it was just gauntlets on his wrist and stuff, so...
All right. This is probably the biggest thing that happened this week. According to Variety, former and current SNL cast members Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones are in early talks for the new Ghostbusters reboot.
Really?
Yeah. And earlier this week, director of the reboot, Paul Feig, confirmed that his wife, Melissa McCarthy, she was in Tammy, Identity
Oh,
Theft,
okay, yeah.
was also in talks. Spencer knows I am the biggest Ghostbuster fan.
Very
Probably there is. I'm coming for you, Greg Miller. The way I feel about this movie is I don't want it to happen. Not because it's girls. Like, if they got all the Ghostbusters to come back,
Which would be really hard
I
because...
still... Yeah, we don't want to say it.
Yeah, I mean, they are Ghostbusters. I'm just...
Don't.
Okay.
It's a fresh wound.
Okay.
I don't want them to do it. Just don't touch Ghostbusters. You don't touch Ghostbusters. I'm going to go see this. Probably at midnight. It's not because they're all females, because those people are funny. Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were funny in Bridesmaids. They're funny, but just don't do it. I just don't want it to happen.
They, I mean, if you think about it, when they did the original, I mean, all those guys were pretty, popular.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just don't want it to happen.
So they're getting people that are
Because what they're going to do is
popular.
they're going to shoot it all on a green screen.
Seriously?
I'm just saying that.
I hate those movies.
But I'm just saying that's how most movies are made today.
Star Wars Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 2, Star Wars Episode 3. Never once did they have an actual clone. No.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd said he was happy with it.
He was?
Yeah.
He also said the aliens came down and probed him, so I mean...
He did not say that. Hey, you got a message?
I did.
Director of the Last of Us movie, Neil Druckmann, who also...
Although the Last of Us... I always forget about that until I hear about it.
He wrote the movie. He wrote the game, and he's the director of the game, and he's writing the movie.
Okay.
Spoke to Game Informer saying, quote, I just finished a second draft, and we did a table read with a bunch of actors, end quote. Quote, pretty faithful to the game. There are some big changes, but the tone and what the story's trying to say is pretty faithful to the game. Spencer can tell you I love The Last of Us. It's like, I love that game.
Haven't played it yet.
And it's one of those movies that, it's one of those games that plays just like a movie.
I haven't played it yet.
This one's like, okay. You know, like, the way they set it up in the game, it's so much like a movie. It's like the Uncharted games. Mm-hmm. You just watch those. You can watch the cutscenes.
Oh, it felt like it. Those felt like Indiana Jones to me.
Exactly.
Naughty
it just
Dog.
feels like a movie. So,
Naughty Dog.
I just want to see how they do, and they wanted Maisie Williams from one of the actors from Game of Thrones to play Ellie, and you know who'd be a perfect Joel?
Who?
Jeff Bridges. We love you, Jeff.
Bit old.
Joel's kind of old. He was like 50-ish.
He's like 80.
He's like
80.
Onto the iPad. Don't look at that.
Okay, won't look at it.
Onto the iPad.
Don't look at that. I'm not looking at it. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not going to make a difference in a couple seconds. Okay. CBS's upcoming Supergirl series found its Jimmy Olsen in True Blood's
Whoa, hang on.
Brooks.
Are you saying Jimmy Olsen's going to be in the Supergirl TV show?
Yeah. Here, look.
Oh, goodness.
I'll show you.
I love Jimmy.
You're going to be surprised. Get ready.
Ready.
This is Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He's big.
Caught me off guard, but hey.
He's tall, and he's ripped.
That's some tight underpants.
Whoa, Jimmy.
Oh.
Jimmy. Okay. So
I hope he grows hair because Jimmy's
that's
not
expected.
normally bald.
That is expected to. I think they're gonna film a pilot this year, so maybe next year.
Do you think they'll try to make him a love interest?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, maybe, but not really.
I think the card's always up their sleeve. I mean, not in the comics. I mean, it wasn't in the comics. I don't think it was in the comics. But I mean, it's TV.
Yep. Another, also known as Jessica Jones, cast Rachel Taylor as Trish Walker.
Trish Walker?
Or Hellcat. I don't know who this is, and I know a lot of comic book characters, and I don't know who this is. This is her. I'm going to read you a brief description of the character.
Who's Trish Walker? I mean, I know her. She looks so familiar.
That's Rachel Taylor.
Okay, her. I mean her, not Trish Walker.
Rachel Taylor. I mean, I don't...
We'll look it up later.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyways, description... Trish is a syndicate radio talk show host, former model, and child TV star known to her adoring fans as Patsy Walker. As Jessica Jones' closest friend, Trish helps her embark on the most dangerous case of Jessica's career. The character of Patricia Walker has roots dating back to 1944, with her first appearance in Miss America magazine #2, and in the comics, Walker donned the superhero identity of Hellcat in 1976. I don't know much about this character.
The Catwoman? Same ability set?
Probably. I don't know about this character. I didn't research this.
She's got the suit of Firestar.
I think this just got announced today. No, yesterday. But, I mean, I don't know about this character. This show is weird. I never really paid attention to
Jessica Jones?
Yes.
Squirrel Girl was more entertaining in the New Avengers comics than her sometimes.
So, Jurassic World. We're getting some new details about that dinosaur that was at the end where it was like walking.
Ooh.
It is called the Indominus Rex. It was created by genetic engineers at the Hammond Creation Lab using genes from a variety of dinosaurs, including Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, Ragaps, and Gigantosaurus. I think that's like
Gigantosaurus, that's literally, and the amount of dinosaur knowledge, I think, okay, okay, let's just bring it back to squids. Giant squids?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the colossal squid?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the giant squid's like bigger brother.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Gigantosaurus, which sounds stupid, but I think it's just like a T-Rex that was a lot bigger.
Okay. We're told.
Told this.
It roars rivals the sound of a 747 jet taking off.
Look
and
at that
the creature
description.
is able to reach speeds of up to 30 miles an hour while running in its closure. Starring Chris Pratt. Jurassic World is set for wide release. June 12th, 2015.
Is that the old trailer?
Yeah, there's no new trailer.
Oh, okay.
It's just some details.
What's it called again? Give me the name.
Jurassic World.
No, not the...
Oh, Indominus Rex?
Indominus. That's nice. I mean, compared to the other stupid names that are right there, I mean, Indominus is pretty
Those
nice.
real names.
Gigantosaurus. What? I don't know.
So, that is the end of comic book news this week.
Oh, that was a movie.
Slash movie news.
Okay.
Things we care about. You may have noticed I missed one big thing announced this week, and I lied. I told you we were going to talk about Iron Man 3, and I totally lied to you. That's why I told you not to rate those notes.
I wrote notes and everything. Look at this.
Let me read this
wrote
description.
notes.
We got earlier this year.
Oh, goodness.
Reed is a genius. Convenience store clerk with Ben. Reed's parents don't care about him, and Ben's dad is abusive. They're good friends and have each other's backs. Reed writes a paper for community college on teleportation that attracts the attention of Dr. Franklin Storm, CEO of the Baxter Building Research Center. Storm has a son. Yeah. Storm has a son, Johnny, an adoptive daughter, Sue, whose father, Storm's
So Sue is the
Storm's
adopted
old
daughter?
yeah, Sue is adopted, whose father, Storm's old partner, died in an experiment gone wrong.
I thought it was the
Johnny
other way
and
around.
Sue are party kids, and Sue is particularly disdainful of science. Reed and Sue don't get along at first. Viktor Dumashev is an antisocial Eastern European computer programmer and hacktivist who calls himself Hadoom.
Hadoom?
No, it's just Doom.
Okay.
He hates the 1%, particularly Storm, who he claims corrupts science for profit. Storm uses Reed's paper to complete some equations on a machine to access another dimension, the End Zone. Reed invites Ben to watch the machine being turned on. Sue and Johnny are also there. Doom manages to hack in the Baxter Building servers and use the computer virus to damage the machine, which explodes. Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben are exposed to otherworldly energy and become mutants with powers that they can't control.
Mutants?
Yeah,
Mutants. Like, mutants?
probably. It's in the same universe.
It is?
Yeah. Storm takes them to the Baxter Building and creates containment suits for them, their powers. They begin to train. Reed and Storm also begin developing a way to revert the accident. Sue blames Reed for everything, but they eventually become friends and then a couple. Ben can switch off his powers when he's not in danger. Johnny changes colors based on heat intensity, and Sue has borderline Okay, this is really good wording. And Sue has some borderline telekinetic thing. Reed is pretty. Reed is pretty much Reed. Doom finds out that the four have acquired the powers and became angry. It's not him. So he comes up with a plan to break into the Baxter Building, access the End Zone through a rebuilt machine. As a distraction, he programs a bunch of stolen military drones, the Doombots, to attack the building. The four come together as a team for the first time and save people. Doom activates the machine, gets technopathy powers,
can control
or
people.
something. Basically, energy. That's literally on there, or something. Basically, energy blast and making machines obey to him. This is really poorly written. And a fight ensues. The machine goes critical, and in order to prevent it from exploding and destroying the city, the four push into the storm. The four push into it, and Storm shuts it off. There's a countdown before it reaches critical mass. Inside the End Zone, the four battle Doom again and manage to leave him trapped there after he disfigures himself, soaking up too much power. The four manage to escape, but Ben gets the blunt of it to protect Reed and can switch back. The machine is destroyed, Doom is gone, and the four have learned to work as a team. And Reed vows to take care of Ben, to find a cure for Ben, and it ends there. This was released.
That's the whole movie?
This was released earlier this year. For those who care, That plot synopsis, currently making the rounds, is 100% bull. So that was...
I was about to say, you just spoiled the whole movie.
That was what we got earlier this year. That's what everyone was freaking out about. They said Doom's still a computer hacker. They said, but... I mean, I'm glad that that's not all real.
The power sets were terrible.
Yeah. So earlier this week, we got a teaser trailer, which we are going to announce. We're going to watch, me and Spencer, right now. So I'm going to point out some things that you probably didn't know.
We're putting this in the bottom, right? When we get,
No. I mean...
We can.
You can.
It'll be right.
How did we get this far?
Some mountains.
Beings.
You gotta realize it's still
And
right
did you
here.
notice this right here? Let me get back.
Having in
Right there, it says Grim.
Oh, okay.
desire.
That's not anything to point out. I
Okay.
just saw that. No, it's like, yeah.
I kept thinking of this first Star Trek movie when they
Yeah,
were
me too.
young Ben and Reed.
Slapping that Daddy Warbucks money on.
Yeah.
Depends on us furthering these ideas. A responsibility that rests on the shoulders of generations to come.
So it's Johnny. You guys,
That's John. I know.
that's
Yeah.
Johnny. Okay, so now, this is gonna make more sense to you.
That's
That's
his-
Johnny's dad.
Okay. So now that starts making sense.
Government, Sue.
That's Johnny crawling. That took me a little bit.
Man, I don't talk about that.
And there are consequences.
When it catches on fire,
I thought, I'll say it after the trailer's over.
stretch your arm. Fan 4 stick. That's what some people are calling it.
The stick?
Fan 4 stick.
Be ready for what's
That's
coming.
Doom.
What is coming? The answers.
Okay, so that trailer really surprised me. I don't know about you, it really surprised me. Like,
There was some, yeah.
so we're gonna point out some things about the trailer. I've been reading ever since the trailer came out. The run, which a lot of the source material is gonna be based on. Ultimate Fantastic Four, which in Ultimate Fantastic Four, I'm just gonna give you the rundown is. Reed's a genius. He gets sent off to this program at the Baxter Building, called the Baxter Building. And he works with Sue and Sue's dad, and Johnny's dumb, and so he doesn't do science.
Okay.
And so they build this teleportation. Victor Van Dam, which is Victor Von Doom, messes with it, messes it up. They all get the
Same pretty idea. Pretty
they
much
get the
idea.
powers. Then they go find Victor Von Doom. He was like a relative of Dracula, like the actual Dracula. You know, like the ruler.
Really?
Yeah, in the
Wait,
comics.
the comic book Dracula or the actual
No,
Dracula?
and I think you're thinking of
No,
Morbius.
no, not Morbius. In Marvel, Dracula is actually a villain.
No, that's DC.
No, in Marvel.
No, because Batman versus Dracula.
No, because in the Avengers Assembled TV show, Dracula is a part of the.
Anyways, no, the actual like ruler in the old 16th century.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Vlad.
Yeah, and so he becomes obsessed with like making. He wants to be a ruler. He wants to be. It's really good. You need to read it. Like it really is really good. So that's what I could see. Hit little sprinkles of that in there. I can see it taking stuff from other things. First thing I want to talk about, the thing
Yes.
is hatched.
Hatched, like out of a shell.
You saw him. He
Yeah.
busted out of that.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, what does that mean?
I mean,
You think it's just a way to just like
well,
build the
think about
suspense
it.
and
Think
him?
about it like this. I mean, you got a caterpillar, goes into a cocoon,
I know.
comes out a beautiful butterfly. Okay. Ben Grimm goes into a nasty rock type cocoon.
You know why I think the thing works?
Why?
Because he really doesn't want to be the thing. He doesn't not like it super.
I mean, in the comics, eventually he accepts.
Well,
himself.
yeah, he accepts himself, but I'm saying when he first starts out, and I can tell it's going to be in the movie, or else it's going to be really weird.
That's why I feel like the first movie pulled it off so well. Is at the end of the
You
first
think
movie.
the first movies were good?
The first one was. I liked it as a child.
No, it was not good.
Here's the thing.
No.
Listen. What the first movie pulled off so well was that at the end of the movie, he accepted who he was and was happy with it. And, he stayed that
And then he
way.
came back to the second movie and was upset again, remember?
No. He just liked to play around with that thing where he could swap powers and then be...
That second
normal.
movie was a mess. My goodness.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Second thing, where are their costumes? At the end of this trailer, if we look in the right, they're all in different suits. I mean, he's naked. He's got some suit on. Reed's got like an astronaut suit on, and she's just like in like regular clothing.
That plane right there
Yeah.
is, I think, at the beginning of the movie. And I was thinking about this possibility, okay?
Okay.
What if... Okay, Johnny's not He's not... If they're going to stay to like what...
Basically, in the Ultimate Avengers, which, like I said, is what this is going to be heavily based on. His dad lives. Him and Sue and his dad all live in the Baxter Building.
Okay.
Which I really like the Baxter Building now.
If-
Because in the Baxter Building, it's like basically it's like a hotel where they live in the penthouse. In that one, it's like a government facility where they keep like genius children.
Okay.
But in that one, he's at the test site when they test the transporter.
Johnny is?
Yeah.
Where was
and
Graham?
He was a part of the military, which was like escorting them.
Here's the thing, I think. Either Johnny or Ben. I think what's going to happen...
I don't think they're going to be astronauts.
No. I think they'll have some relation.
Reed's the one who creates the thing when he's young.
But I'm saying...
he contacts the end zone like when he's
Yeah.
like
But here's the deal.
10.
I think they're gonna be at the test site when it happens. I think, or maybe Johnny and him, we could switch. But I'm saying, I think that plane is going to be flying over when the accident happens and get sucked into the negatives. I think because we see that plane again twice in the movie.
When?
We saw it at the beginning of the trailer.
When?
We saw at the beginning of the trailer, the plane.
What are you talking about?
That's plane. Look, keep scanning. I'll show you. Keep going. 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 Keep going.
This is not the beginning anymore, Spencer. This is the middle of the
Well,
movie.
I thought I saw the plane. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Same plane.
You know what I think? Maybe they're transporting them to
That could always be a possibility.
test site.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a portal that opens up and they have to fly through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what that big beam of light, either that or it's Doom with his technology.
And you can quote me on this, Jake Magruder, because they've done this before. Serpent Society is a good, but it's not just Serpent Society. They have said one thing, like, okay, perfect example, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
What's his face? Said he was the Shredder. Remember, he came out in an interview. He's like, "I'm the Shredder."
And then they wrote.
And then Oroku Saki came in the movie.
And they
wrote him out, basically.
They wrote him completely out of the movie.
I think. Hold me to this. We'll see. We'll definitely do an episode when this movie comes out. I don't think he's telling the truth.
Who?
That guy. I don't think his name's Victor Doomshift. I think it's Victor Van Dam, and I think he's going to be in the Baxter Building with the kids. Because in the comics, how he's introduced is he's like this kid. He's like so like high and mighty. He won't talk to anybody, and he comes in, busts in Reed's room, and just starts fixing his equation. And Reed's like, "That's right." He's like, "If you help me, I'll help you." And then he got to his head, and he changed it at the last minute, and it made the powers. So costumes, they're not there, and I'm not happy.
The closest one was Johnny's, I think, but his looked more like a flight suit.
In the thing, what they do is they basically they're scared and they
I got it. You keep talking.
They put them on so that it'll be like a containment sort of thing.
Closest one is Johnny's. Looks like a flight suit, but I can see where you could put a 4 signal.
Well,
there.
I like that because this is all probably right after it happens, don't you think?
Right after
they're
they-
looking, they're in the end zone, they're looking, and there's a plane.
I think what will happen.
I don't think a whole lot of it's going to take place in the end zone. Do you think?
I think it'll make brief contact.
Yeah. Ben's naked. He was in the comic books when he first, because his clothes all rip off.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the origin with the teleporter in the comics, in the Ultimate Comics, Reed finds this equation when he's like 10 years old. He meets this thing. He sends toys to the negative zone.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out it's sending them to another place, and it crosses through the negative zone. So then they have this big thing where they want to send an apple to the negative zone, and that's when Victor Doom just basically tampers with the program, messes it all up. So I think that's what they're getting into right here. Right? Where they're like the door's locked behind them. They're all getting in right there. this capsule pod thing. Right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
That machine's different than the one that happened earlier.
Yeah. You know what I think? Okay, so in the comic books, if you look, there are like these little
panels,
lights. See that? Mm-hmm. In the thing, they walk in this room. It's like a big bowl almost, and it's like the negative zone.
If you look here,
It's
after,
late. It's
hang
early.
on.
It's
no,
early.
no, no. I'm
it's
saying
early in the trailer.
I want to see something because there was a moment.
Where they all in like the door shuts.
No. When Johnny got his powers, he's fighting something. No,
That's like
past it. Right here. Play it from here. I'll pause it when. It's after this. Okay, it's right coming up here. Right there. You see it? Right there. See the shielding?
That's a Doombot thing, I think.
Okay. I can see. And if you look, he's wearing the flight suit, whatever you want to. I think what'll happen is, if that's the case, they will give all of them different suits instead of one uniform suit.
In the Ultimate thing, which I'm just gonna base that. They give Ben like a wife beater and like tiny shorts.
Because I mean, flameproof suit, she really could wear anything she wants but he needs something that's elastic.
Other thing we're gonna go into is, like I said, Johnny's suit's gonna be adopted.
Yes.
Which is, it's one of those things like it's not that big of a deal. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not so big that I'm like, oh, it's changed everything and I hate it. It's just like she's adopted. And it's okay. I'm okay with it. This one was not.
We could watch this San Andreas
No,
trailer.
we're not going to do that. So they did not show this in the trailer, or really talk about it. But they have cast a guy to play Mole Man. His name is Tim Blake Nielsen, and you will know him as Leader from the Incredible Hulk. Remember his head?
Oh.
It's that guy, which I think is perfect. He like plays those really well.
Do you think he'll be in the movie or in a possible future role?
No, they said he's going to be in the movie.
As Mole Man or just as like a leader?
Probably as like they're going to reference
scientist.
to Mole Man. Yeah.
That could
In the Ultimate Comics, he's like a teacher. I probably shouldn't have done that. But we'll go back. Last big. When they said we're going to release it, they said when it releases, we're going to give an Easter egg. And if you can see right here, right there, that little red thing, those are like coordinates. And you put that in the search bar, and you look it up, it leads to the wiki page of Latveria, which is the country that Doom gets.
Yeah.
So I think that is referencing to a plot point. Because I think they're going to give it to him, because they filmed in like an Eastern European location.
Yeah.
I think they're going to reference that. So, Fantastic Four has genuinely surprised me. Mm-hmm. It went from being a terrible movie to maybe I'll give it a chance.
Terrible idea for a movie.
Well, that was a fake thing.
Are you talking about the original movies? They were
bad.
The second one was terrible.
I think the first one was bad too.
The ship was pretty cool. The Fantastic Car.
Was that in the movies?
Yeah. Split up.
Fantastic Car's in the comic
He
books.
went down. Yeah. They really jumped over the Super Skrull thing, though. I will say that. And I was pretty upset. They made Johnny Super Skrull. Ooh. And then we don't even talk about Galactus.
We're not going to.
Cloud Galactus!
It stinks because Silver Surfer, I think he's a cool character. I think he gets a terrible representation.
He was cool. I mean, out of everybody else in that movie, he was cool. CGI was very
We will go see Fantastic Four.
Oh, we'll see the pants off that
Probably at midnight, if I'm being honest with myself. Because I really am digging the Ultimate Comics.
If you look there, right there, there's Latveria.
Yep, that's what it is.
Red.
It's in like Eastern Europe right there.
Yeah.
But that's Africa.
No, that's Europe.
No, that's Europe, because Europe connects to it.
Yeah.
So, that, sadly, my friends, wraps up the first episode of Podcast Forever with
I've
Spencer
got
and Jake.
all these nuts for Iron Man.
We'll go into that sometime else. Spencer doesn't like Iron Man 3 and he's crazy. But, that is another topic for another day. Don't forget, you can come back here next week. We'll be talking about video games, news. We'll have a topic to talk about. Spencer's going to choose the topic.
I've got a good one.
Until then, I'm Jake. He's Spencer. Don't forget, if it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. And you have been Chris. Good night, kids.
Wait a minute. You can say all that. I can't say my own stinking name.
Good night.